Okay, welcome back to the channel. Hopefully this will be a quick review. This is going to be a comparison review on two championship belts. To the left, we have the WWE dual-plated Winged Eagle. And to the right, the WWE Blue Big Eagle. And I wanted to do a brief comparison between the two because really the Big Blue, or the Blue Big Eagle, is a evolutionary design from the Winged Eagle. Like it's almost like the Winged Eagle kind of grew up, right? And it like morphed into this, and it really is a beautiful design. And I'll be honest, I never really liked the Attitude Era Big Eagle, but the block logo, blue, Big Eagle, like it's a beautiful belt. It really is a beautiful belt. And I gotta admit, like this, I mean, the Winged Eagle has always been my favorite since I was a child. When Hogan, it wasn't at WrestleMania 3, it was at, I think, Main Event or something, like a month or 2 or 3 months later or something when this belt was introduced. I mean, I was young. I thought it was WrestleMania 3, or could have been like the Mandela effect. I don't know. Maybe he did. I don't know. Who knows? But anyways, this belt really is like an evolutionary design. It's like, again, like I said, the Winged Eagle growing up. It grew up and it turned into this. And again, I cannot say enough good things about both of these replicas. WWE Shop has definitely stepped up their game for sure. So, all right, so let's kind of take a look at this, right? So you see on the Winged Eagle, you see, obviously we got the eagle with the wings spread out, the globe, and you got the sunburst pattern, right? You see the sunburst pattern that kind of translates also out into the sidebars a little bit. And WWE did a great job. I love that the sidebars are finally attached and the dual-plated design. It's a really beautiful belt, really is. And then we kind of, the Winged Eagle grows up, turns into the Blue Big Eagle. And again, you can see the eagle, it's a bigger design, right? And you see the sunburst pattern extends all the way out to the edge of the belt. Whereas on the Winged Eagle, it extends to the edge, but then it doesn't go past it, right? You can see there. Whereas here on the top, it does. Now on the side here, you see the sunburst pattern does extend out. And then you see the bars, the 3 bars here, and then the twisted side bars. And on here, you see the sunburst pattern come up. And right here, it's like it's a sunburst pattern that goes through the sidebar, which, by the way, is separated from the belt here and here, which is great. There's a slight gap here, but it is connected at the very back. I think I mentioned in the previous video it wasn't connected, but it is. But there is a gap here. You can put a like small piece of paper through there, but then it'll stop, and then there's a connection back here. Something I want to mention about this belt, which I will do a comparison between this and the Attitude Era, because the Attitude Era belt really it's like a flat piece of metal with engravings. That's what it's. When comparing to this, that's what it's like. And what I mean by that is when you look at these sidebars, right? You see the sunburst pattern that comes out, and you see how it's not just, it doesn't just, focus, it doesn't just, it's not like flat. It has this angled edge to it, right? And by the way, these are sharp. They're very sharp. So if you have one of these belts, be careful. But I like how that it's angled down, right? And it gives the belt a little more character and gives it more depth, if that makes sense. It's not just a flat piece of metal that's curved and it's like a stamped piece of metal, right? It's not like that. This belt really has well thought out design elements to it. And, I think I mentioned that I wasn't a big fan of the Attitude Era belt, but I really do like the block logo Big Eagle belt, because this really is it's a stunningly beautiful belt. It really is. And comparing the two, this one is a very large belt. It's huge. it's a much longer belt. It fits a bigger waist. Like, I cannot put this around my waist. It'll just fall. Whereas I can wear this on the very last snap box. I mean, the snaps. So something else to note between these two belts is the leather on this WWE strap is much softer. It's much flexible. I don't know if I can, let me see here, if I can, yeah, let's go ahead and move it down here. So, all right, so what I mean by that is when you lift it up, you can see that the belt kind of flops down a little bit more, right? Let me just kind of, then let me grab the Big Eagle here. Okay. Whereas the Big Eagle, the strap is not as flexible. So when WWE redesigned both of these belts, they put a lot of detail and attention to the Winged Eagle, as they should, because this belt really is like particularly if you can get, well, let's be honest. If it's not licensed by WWE, it's a bootleg copy, unless you can get one from Reggie Parks or, Jamar or Dave Milliken or whatever. Like, any other place, like, it's just a bootleg. Really, it is. So, this is a licensed WWE belt, and I'm not concerned about the logo. Like, it doesn't bother me because companies change names all the time. At first few years, I was really upset. Trust me, I was. But you just move on because it's not the first time the WWE has changed its name or logo. I mean, it used to be the Worldwide Wrestling Federation, then they dropped the W. Then it became the World Wrestling Federation. Then they got sued, and then they had to drop the F, and it became World Wrestling Entertainment. So those complaining about the F should then also complain about the third W. And if you're not going to complain about the third W, then just stop. Just get over it. Because it's still licensed and sold and made by the World Wrestling Entertainment. And yes, that is weird to say. I'm not going to lie. Like, it doesn't sound right. I get it. But, it is what it is. It is what it is. So anyways, yeah, so that's pretty much it. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Really, this belt is just a evolutionary design from the Winged Eagle. Both belts, by the way, are fantastic. WWE Shop has done a really great job. But yeah, so we'll do a once over on both belts. Yeah, beautiful. I mean, really, look at that. I mean, absolutely a beautiful belt. And then we'll do a once over on the blue Big Eagle. Look at those plates. Look at that. I love that they got that nugget texturing in the shields. Yeah, look at that main plate. That's huge. You got the McMahon crest. And then the property plate, World Heavyweight Champion, WWE, 1998. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And I don't mind the strap. I know some purists want a real leather strap, but I'm happy with the straps that WWE is coming out with. At least with the ones that they're putting effort where they're not, there's no more stitching and their bolts are covered in the back. These straps are much better. If you don't know, it would look like they're on real leather, right? We know, but the average person, like if someone who doesn't watch wrestling comes to your house and they see this belt, like they're not gonna know the difference. They're just gonna be like, oh, that's great. I mean, it looks great, feels great, like whatever, right? So I'm perfectly fine with the WWE stock strap, and it has its license on the back, like, you know. And these are display pieces. Like, I don't, they're they're on display. So I don't care if I honestly, it doesn't bother me that they're not on real leather, because both these straps, WWE has done a really good job with. So anyways, that's it for the review. I'm going to do, my next comparison will be between the blue Big Eagle and the Attitude Era championship belt. So look out for that one, and we'll see you in the next video.